How many more times are you going to keep calling it a mistake when deep down you knew exactly where it was leading? Seriously, at what point do we stop blaming lust for things we keep choosing willingly? Can we be honest for a second? You knew opening that app at 1 a.m. wasn't innocent. You knew staying in that room alone that long wasn't wise. You knew that conversation was crossing lines. You knew that person weakens your walk with God. But you stayed anyway. And then, after the relapse, comes the same routine. Guilt, shame, God, I'm sorry. Then a few days later, you are right back again. So here's the uncomfortable question. Is this still struggle, or is this become an agreement? Yeah, people love saying, lust got me. The devil attacked me. I was tempted. Okay, but temptation is not the same thing as cooperation. There's a difference between getting jumped and opening the door for the enemy yourself. And some of you aren't even falling into sin anymore. You're slowly walking back into it. That's the part nobody wants to hear. I remember one night I was mentally exhausted. I told myself, I'll just scroll for a little bit. I'll just search something a little risky. You already know where that sentence goes. The crazy thing, the conviction was there early. You know that feeling when your spirit already feels uncomfortable before nothing even happens? That small voice saying, leave, turn it off, go to sleep, don't continue. But instead of listening, you stay. And honestly, that's why this is deeper than hormones now. This is patterns. This is agreement. This is rebellion. Because if you already know your triggers, already know your weak hours, already know the environments that pull you down, why do you keep returning there, acting surprised afterward? That's like somebody trying to quit alcohol while sleeping inside a bar every night. At some point, you have to admit, you're helping the cycle continue. And listen carefully before people misunderstand me. Yes, temptation is real. Even Jesus was tempted. Yes, spiritual warfare is real. And of course, grace is real. But grace was never meant to make you comfortable in rebellion. Romans 6 says, "Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid." That verse hits hard because some people genuinely want freedom, but others just want forgiveness without change. There's a difference. One person hates their sin and fights. Another person protects the very lifestyle feeding it. Huge difference. You cannot pray for purity while guarding the habits killing it. Now this is the scary part. Some people have ignored conviction for so long that even warnings don't move them anymore. Even if God himself keeps throwing signals at you, keeps giving you exits, keeps whispering, "Don't go there," you still continue anyway. That's not weakness anymore. That's rebellion, because God already promised an escape route. 1 Corinthians 10:13 says, "There hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will also make a way to escape." Did you hear that? A way of escape, meaning there was a moment you could have left, a moment you could have shut it down, a moment you could have walked away. But instead, many people sit inside temptation, waiting to lose, then call it spiritual warfare afterward. No, God sees when you actually fight. And fighting doesn't always look super spiritual and deep. Sometimes fighting is simple decisions. Deleting the app, blocking the number, changing your routine, getting an accountability partner, putting your phone far from your bed, going to sleep earlier. leaving the room immediately, calling somebody before your mind spirals. Simple decisions, but those simple decisions can save you from another night of shame, another cycle. So, what do you actually do? Take this 4 steps. First, stop lying to yourself. Stop calling deliberate compromise just weakness. Call it what it is. Second, cut off the access. Cut off the things, or even people actually pulling you back. Some battles become easier when you stop leaving the door open to temptation. The wrong friends, the late night scrolling, the secret accounts, the flirty conversations, even the wrong music. Cut it off. You don't need more motivation. You need stronger boundaries. Third, stop isolating yourself. Lust grows best in secrecy. Get around believers. Find accountability. Tell somebody the truth. Stop fighting alone while pretending you're strong. And fourth, run from temptation before the spark becomes a fire. Don't wait until your mind is already gone. Run early. The moment the conversation shifts, leave. The moment the thoughts start rising, pray. The moment you feel weak, change environments immediately. Freedom is spiritual, but it's also practical. And listen carefully. This video is not saying God cannot free you. He absolutely can. But healing starts when you stop cooperating with the thing killing you. So now the real question is, are you finally ready to kill this thing? Or are you going to keep praying against things you secretly refuse to let go of? Before you leave, let me ask you something. Do you feel disconnected with God? If yes, pray this sincerely. God, I've been pushing you away and feeding the wrong things. I need your help. Teach me how to walk away from what's destroying me. Give me strength to obey you, even when it's hard. I don't want to stay like this anymore. And if you prayed that honestly, congratulations. You just took the first step to freedom.